My openness, my pure eyes and silence. Then I'll start my speech in 3, 2, and 3, 2, and 1. When I just think team debating in the opposition side will lose today's debate in their first speech, of which panel we ask them a POI, what is your thesis, right? They do not answer, which means they don't know what they are saying in their house of debate, and that will make them lose today's debate, and we shall win today's debate. But now when you look, I will do a couple of things in my speech. Looking to their best case scenario, our best case scenario, the clash and win the debate. Not only that, but when you look at what they said in the house of the debate, the first speaker came talking about the parental responsibilities, right? He's telling us that these parents are supposed to be responsible for their children, right? This is what we are saying in our house of the debate. We're telling them these parents should be responsible for their children, because nowadays parents are not responsible for their children. That's why we have the peer group and the gangsters. They do not engage with it, and that will make them lose today's debate. Rest, please. Secondly, they also talk of systemic inequality. Yes, they are telling us in this point lack of resources, right? But I just think this point does not stand the ground in this debate, because we are not talking of the resources, we are talking of the behavior of a child. How will this child be behaving well or bad, right? This is to say they do not understand the motion in their first, second, and maybe even the third will not even understand the motion, and that will make them lose their debate. Not only that, secondly, we told them in our last speech, we told them that we asked them who is to be blamed, right? They do not tell us. So why are they arguing with us? They're supposed to support us because they don't know who is to be blamed, and they're just arguing something they don't know, and that will make them lose today's debate. Secondly, they also talk about something to do. The second student said children, when they are young, they don't know dating, right? Yes, we believe that children don't know dating, right? But if you are a good parent, you might advise your child, say that this dating is not good, and this, because parents keep quiet, that's why children are dating nowadays. So, you can't know why are young children dating today, right? That is to say, this point does not stand ground in the wall of the debate. Not only that, they also talk of the peer group, right? Aka was able to tell us that there was a peer group in his school, and then whereby he joined, right? This is to say his parents did not advise him well. Say that, my son, if you go to school, don't join the bad boys. That is to say the parent is the cause of that. That is to say the parents are the ones to be blamed for the children's behavior. And to look into our best case scenario, Allah was able to tell you inconsistent discipline, right? This is to say there's some parents that punish bad behaviors, right? But sometimes they ignore what the child does, right? That is to say, if you are a child and you did something wrong and your parent ignored you, you definitely put in your mind that this thing that I did, it is good, right? You just keep up that spirit. That is to say, parents are the ones to be blamed for it. Secondly, Allah was able to tell you about the poor communication, right? But I just think this, like children, there are some children that don't have time with their parents, right? That's why they hide their problems, right? They don't say their parents so that their problems, so that they'll be helped, right? So that they seek help, right? That is to say, it is the cause of the parent, because if you are a parent, you have time with your child so that you know what is the problem with your child. Secondly, to look into Janet's speech. Janet was able to tell you the lack of attention, right? That is to say, this is what Alex told you in her first speech. She told you that parents don't have time with their children. That is to say, children are nowadays having bad behaviors. It is because of their parents. The parents don't give the children time. That is to say, thanks for the warning. Secondly, she also talked of the bad role modeling, right? We have some parents that smoke. We have some parents that take drugs, right? That is to say, if you are a parent and then you can take drugs, you think that your child will not follow you? Of course, will follow you, right? That is to say, this is where children learn how to take alcohol. Secondly, they have inconsistency in their speech. When you look at what Akko told us, that the team stand is parents should not be blamed. But I just think we do not tell them that parents should be blamed, right? We're just telling them that parents should be have to let their children behave well, not that they should be blamed, right? Secondly,